Something really cool just happened as I was getting ready for the week, and I'm going through my Google Docs and something popped up on the screen, and I think it's pretty big, and I want to tell you about it today because if you're creating online content, if you're any kind of content creator on YouTube, you're creating how-to videos, educational materials, I'm betting that many of you use Google Docs to keep your notes together. You're doing research, you're putting ideas together, trying to mix everything together, and you're using a Google Doc as kind of a place to keep track of whatever's going on. Well, I do that as well with some other tools, which we've talked about in some of the other videos here on the trainingsites.io channel. But when I was doing something tonight, I opened up a doc and lo and behold, there was a big blue ribbon right across of my Google Doc. Now, I've got a paid version of, I think it's called Google Workspace. It used to be Google Suite. Anyway, it's the paid version of Google that includes things like Google Docs, your own domain name with Gmail, Google Sheets for doing sheets. It's just like Office for Google, right? And across the top, there was this big banner that said, bring your docs to life with video. Create video using a doc as your starting point in Google Vids, our newest workspace app. Huh? What are you talking about, a new app? Exactly what's going on here. Think about this. I've been showing you stuff about Notebook LM for the last little while. Cool tool, all sorts of assets in there, great for creating how-to content that is educational and relevant to the context of what you bring to the table. And one of the kind of neat things with the whole Notebook LM one is that podcasting tool, right? You can put all your content up and then it will use the AI tool to basically answer questions, or with the podcasting tool, it will create an audio summary of all of the content that you've put up and the work that you've done while you're working on that particular notebook. It'll even let you customize it so you can change the tones and tempers of the voices. It always has a male and female when I was looking at it last. But it created an audio, sometimes anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes long summary. So Notebook LM was creating an audio, but there was no video with it. It was just the audio. So what's happening now, it looks like, is they've just upped the game at Google because they've now got Google Vids here. It's a new workspace app. So what does that mean? Well, we're going to go take a look at it. I played with this just for 1 second earlier. Hopefully I'll be able to get it back to the same place so we can work on what we're doing. But the thing is now that we're going to be able to take our documents, our research that we were doing for the courses and the content and the tutorials and all of the stuff we were doing on the research on our material to teach what it is that we already know and love. We're going to be able to create videos with it using AI directly within Google. And I'm going to open up what I did earlier to show it to you, and then we'll go and try and do another one. I just want to make sure that I can access it again. So here's actually what I created before earlier. And what it is you look at the top here, convert YouTube videos into mind map course syllabus. So what I did is I gave it a document that I had done before, which was a process on converting YouTube videos into mind map course syllabus. That was the outline for a course that I put together. So that's what I did. Uploaded the document and I said, hey, make a video for me. And in fact, that's what it did. So let me just go through and I'll play a little bit for you and you can get an idea of what's happened here. Now, one of the things when you're creating any of these videos, anything that you do with the AI tools, especially when there's things like video or a visual representation of it, it's really hard because you have to remember that it's taking the text and it has to relate the appropriate graphic to what the text is about. And as much as you're able to share a screen or go and find a visual that actually represents the text, that takes a lot of work, and it's not a simple process, especially for AI, because each of the words that you may have in text may have 1,000 different images they may sort to it. So any of the ones that get created automatically, you have to double check the graphics. The part that's cool here is when you watch this, you're going to see that Google did a pretty good job of this right off the start. Now, is it perfect? No, it's not perfect at all, but it's the first time I've seen this, and the way things are moving so quickly in our whole space here, I'm not overly worried that this isn't going to be 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. This is going to be something you're not even going to be able to really know or not have to add, alter, or adapt to your personal tone and style, which I just did a video for on trainingsites.io. The link's below if you haven't seen it already. But I'm going to play a little bit of this for you, and then I'll show you how it got created, hopefully after that. Now, I've set this up so that I should be recording my screen capture video and audio, and if not, I'll make sure to put a link to this video in below. I'm just going to play it for a second, and across the bottom here, just so you can see it, across the bottom, you're going to see, I'll just show you the interface while I'm here anyway. So here's the video that's going to be showing here in the middle. You'll also see on the right-hand side, you can see that there was a script generated. I didn't write this, it was generated for me. And you can see that the script has different spots throughout the video, and there's different scripts that were generated for each part of the particular video. And on the bottom here, you're going to see that there's a timeline, traditional video editing style. And these ones are the ones that got created for me, the little breaks here. We've got some background music that was automatically inserted. This looks like it's from Shutterstock, so it should be royalty free. And then what happened is it actually created the voiceover for me. And if you look in the bottom right hand side of the picture here, you see there's record myself, or there's also generate the voiceover. When I did this the first time, what I did is I said, you know what? I just want to do the voiceover and do it for me. And when you generate the voiceover, let me do this one. We'll try it here, just one here. I'm going to try it again. When you generate a voiceover, you have the option for the different style of voiceover that you're going to do. And they have a number of different ones to try.
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers will respond to your video.
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers will respond to your...
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers will respond to your video.
So that's the one I use, the conversational one. So when I inserted it into the timeline, that's where it actually put it there. So I'm going to play some of this just so that you can hear it. And then we'll go back and take a little bit of look at how it got created and what happened there, okay? So here we go.
We'll explain how mind mapping is a visual tool for organizing information and how it can be used to create course syllabuses. We'll introduce you to YouTube Converters, software that can extract text and structure from YouTube videos. This allows you to easily create mind maps from video content.
Pretty cool. The thing that impressed me right off the start here, this is only a 49-second one done, and the page was only, it was only 2 pages in a Google Doc. And it came up with 50 seconds, basically, 45 seconds of content. The part that is impressive to me in this particular piece, well, there's 2 things. One is it's obvious that the text is AI generated. It's got that similar structure and stuff. That's in fact why I was just finishing a course before this on some prompts and pre-prompts to use to make sure that the output you get is authentic and actually sounds like you. So that one's in the trainingsites.io site. But this one, I just want to kind of just mention something as we go through it here. And if you take a close look at it, and I'll go back to these, this section right here, for example, was talking about an introduction to mind mapping. This particular section here was talking about mind mapping, and it picked up a video of mind mapping and people putting stuff together and organizing it. I was talking about YouTube converters, and you can see that it's got the appropriate text, and you have some idea that in fact it's YouTube related. And then it had a talking head a little bit later on. So the thing that I'm just getting at here is, does it need improvement? Yeah, absolutely. Was it smart enough to at least pick out some graphics at the start that were relatively in context with the text? Yeah, it did not a bad job. And as I get into these a little bit more, you'll notice on the right-hand side, there are some additional pieces here where I'm sure you can do some additional edits. So what do we got here? We got a pretty cool tool that just takes a document and gives us a video. Is this going to make a big difference moving forward? Not yet, other than the fact that you can get really good ideas from it, or perhaps think of stuff that you hadn't thought of before when you see what happens when an AI tool comes up with it. But let's take a look now. I'm going to go a little bit deeper, and we'll take a look at what happens when you upload a new document, and we go from there. So I haven't done this before. This is the first one that I did. So we're going to go a little bit deeper, and I'm actually going to open one. Now, here's something I'm just going to check while we're looking at this right here, is you'll see that it's got Vids Home here. I have not visited Vids Home, so let's do a right mouse click and open a new tab. And Google Vids. There we go. So we got docs.google.com. Videos is the new videos one here. And the other thing I'm just going to show you here is we're going to go back to this one. If I go to, maybe I'll go to, I don't know if I can get to it here. Let me just do this one. No, I don't know where it is yet. Normally on the upper right-hand corner, there's a place where you can, I think it's because I'm directly in a document, you can go and take a look at all of the different apps. I would suspect that it's there, but at least today we got Google Vids is where we're at. And these are all the videos that I've worked on. There's the one we just did, 927, was about an hour ago when I did the first one. So let's do a new one here. Same as any Google app. If you look down in the bottom right-hand corner, you're going to see the plus sign. I'm in Google Vids, so let's see what happens. Hey, there we go. Bring your imagination to life. Help me create an image to quickly create a compelling original visuals for your video. So it's helped me to create an image in this experimental generative AI feature. The one that I'm going to do is, we'll do, let me see if I can. Okay, so let's say got it. This is just a little wizard to go through. So from this, from what I saw last time is, remember this is in preview, right? It says in the upper right of the little pop-up here, it's in preview. So it's got me because I'm logged in with a paid Google account. There's a couple things to note right here. This @ sign allows you to upload files directly. And if you look on the left-hand side, we're in the little wizard here, right? Help me create. But they also have templates. They allow you to record directly and also to upload. So I'm going to take a look quickly at the templates here just so that you can see what's happening. And I played around with a couple of them, but they have some options here. There's no search for it, but there's a couple ones that are kind of interesting. And I think the ones that, that you have to remember when you look at this one, I think the way that they're setting it up, of course, is not for huge videos. It's like 5-minute videos, 2-minute videos, 1-minute videos. So we've got thank you videos, team tributes, year in review, recaps kind of thing. I did see one here, which was this one here, feature or process tutorial. So perhaps if you have some small things that you want to create where you actually want a little more meat to it, or you've written, for example, a standard operating procedure and you want to have a video that goes along with it, here's a great example of how you might want to do it. FAQs are here, feedback, asking for feedback, new employee onboarding. So there's a couple different options that are available for us there. So that was templates. You can record and upload. The upload one, browse your computer. It says upload a video, GIF, or image. I didn't try this one because I wasn't sure about it. So what I did is I went back to the wizard here at the top and I just paid attention because it says describe your video in a few sentences, type X to include videos. So what I was doing earlier is I was using ChatGPT and a couple other tools to create some prompts that I could use in a course. And the prompts were about making sure that you had authentic content by providing the authenticity markers in before you prompted. So it's like a pre-prompt. So that's what I was working on. I'm just going to explain what I was doing, and then I have the document, which is a summary of what I was doing. So I'm going to truly authentic, and then I'm going to put the @ sign. And look what happened here. So we've now got the ability to go, what? There we go. Authentic prompt. Where's the one that we did? Story of there we go. There's the one. It's looked like it's a doc. Let's see if we can upload it. So the ones that I saw here previously, you could upload an Excel spreadsheet, a Windows document in this particular case. It looks like it works, a Google document. So I would suspect any of the Google suite of stuff you'd be able to upload. Multiple ones I have not tried here, but we'll just put in this first one. And what I did is beforehand, I knew that I was going to be doing this. So I thought it'd probably be a good idea if I wrote a document explaining the story a bit to be able to use this. So let's just see what happens when I click this up. So what's happening in the background now is Gemini, which is the engine, is going through and it's actually creating a video where it's got text and or video components that take the text with the context that I provided for it, and it's actually created a video and gone through this. And you can see at this point, during this kind of step through the outline, we have the ability to edit the scene topic and add a scene in between or just remove them. So we can go through, and for this, I'm not going to do a video editing one. I just want to show you what happens to go through this. So now it's created the outline for us. What's next? Well, let's go take a look. I'm going to hit the next button in the bottom right of our little modal that's opened up. And what they've given us now, or what Google Vids has given us now, is the ability to pick a design. Now, the first one that I showed you was all about templates, which is kind of the layout of which is a heading, which is one with a video, which is one with text. But this one is about the design, which are about the visual elements like the colors and text placements, that kind of thing, backgrounds. And from what I saw the first time I went through this, they really didn't give you the option to customize them, but I would suspect that's something that is upcoming. So for now, I'm just going to pick one that's appropriate for the content that I'm creating. So if you're teaching something that has to do with a process or something that you want to be able to show larger video backgrounds or videos that Google's going to pick out, you might want to put something in that supports that. If it's something that's more talking head, you want to have a bigger place for a talking head, for example. So in my case, I'm just going to pick this one here. We'll try this one, your title, and see what happens here. And it comes up with a design, and we can actually take a quick look at it and see the design pages to see if it makes sense, and pick another one if it doesn't. So this one looks okay to me. I'm going to create the draft video. So I've given it the content, I told it a little bit of what it's out. It's given me an outline of what it thinks it's going to do, and now let's go and create the draft video. So here's the part where, there's probably other tools that are kind of available, and I've talked a lot about them on the channel here on the trainingsites.io channel. Go and register. It's free to be part of the community. There's a lot of tools that you can upload text to, for example, and it'll create something. Or if you have a video and you want it chopped up, there's AI tools for that. The cool thing that they've done here is they've actually now taken the ability to work directly within the documents that we're already using to create and research all of the great content that we're putting together, whether educational material. So look what's happened here in the background. It took maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and we now have a 2-minute video put together, and I gave it a 2-page document. Okay, so here's my document. Just show you, this is the document that I gave it. It was 2 pages, and it was talking about the story of creating the master pre-prompt and final prompt for personal voice style profiles. And this is basically a summary of the chat that I had. And I just asked ChatGPT to give me this summary so that I would have it while we were working on it. That's what I uploaded. What did it create for me? Master prompt system for AI authenticity. And if you look across the bottom here, I'm going to move my head out of the screen because this one's, move this up just a little bit here. So there's something below that's important when we're going through this. So I'm going to give you a little lay of the land here so that you can see the different pieces that are in place here. And it looks, similar to a document, regular Google document, except on the right-hand side, you're going to see a column that's up and down here. And what's happened is Google Vids has actually created a transcript for us based on the text that I gave it in the document. So think of this as like your Notebook LM podcast, right? We've uploaded this content, in this particular case, one document, and it's created a transcript or a summary of the document. This one has expanded it for video, but it's also given us a video script based on what I was trying to get across in that document. So it's created a script here. And if you look up and down on the right-hand side, just above where my head is, Actually, we'll try this one here, maybe you'll be able to see it better. The right-hand side, you can see there's a script here, and I can go backwards and forwards through the slides or through the scripts to see which ones they change. So it's already done for the entire video. And again, I can go and change those if I wanted to. But in this case, I'm just going to leave it the way that it is. But I want you to look down just below that in the bottom corner here. It says record myself or generate the voiceover. So if you are really comfortable reading from scripts, you're down with it, you got it, you can just read the voice. You can read the script that's already there. Now, the cool thing is of this, of course, is if you've not made online videos or you're uncomfortable in front of the camera, you're in a faceless video situation right here. And this is something that you can now use to create how-to content before you get up the guts to actually be in front of the camera. And technically you can put yourself into these, but that's a time for another training. So you can record yourself if you want, or if you look below it, there's one that says generate the voiceover. Okay, so what happens when we hit that? I'm going to click generate the voiceover, and what it does is it says professional, moderate, and calm right in the bottom there. But if we just click this little edit pencil, we can change the voice. So let's see what happens. We open up the voices and we now have professional, friendly, descriptive, soothing, authoritative, conversational, informative, and narrative. Now, when I'm doing this here, the voices seem to have an English, British English kind of tone to them. So let me just show you some examples.
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers will respond to your video.
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers will respond to your
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers will respond to your
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers will respond.
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers will respond.
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers will respond.
So I'm going to keep the conversational, fast, breezy one. That seems to be okay. And what I'm going to do here is I'm on this page here, right? So I'm going to go back to my first page, right to the start, and I'm going to show you one other thing. You might notice at the bottom of the page, it looks like there's like sound waves right there, and in fact there is. What happens is that this particular video that Google Vids created, it says educational corporate ambient soft background produced by Shutterstock. So it looks like Google Vids is putting Shutterstock royalty-free audio as the background track to what's happening here. But on my case, for this slide right here, and this script that it's there, I'm going to generate the voiceover. And I've picked conversational, fast, and breezy. I'm going to insert it into the timeline. And let's go play and listen to what happens.
In this video, we'll show you how to create a master prompt system for AI authenticity. This system ensures that any AI-generated content reflects your unique voice and style.
Okay, there we go. So we're playing around with the prompt here. So I'm just looking through. We want to make sure that we get another prompt starts at the new slide here. I've got my timer here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my, there's the first one. I'm going to go to the second one. Hey, what happens? Let's generate the voiceover. Got the same conversational one. It's going to add it, and we've now got it in there. So in the background here, what I did is I just went and put all of the audio where I suspect it's supposed to go. Don't have 100% for you on that one, but I put it where I thought it went. I didn't go through it in all sorts of detail, but I just wanted to show you what happens there. Now, I want you to pay attention to something as we're going through this before I play a little bit for you, because this is important. One of the things that I noticed is when we're going through these, and let's say, for example, I go to here on the timeline. Anytime that you go to a place on the timeline, you can see that we've got keep video, record video, or find a person with a laptop with a variety of AI tools open on the screen. So these are not set in stone. We can look at the kind of template that's been used, the layout that's been used, keep the script if we want, or edit our script before we insert it in that other voice, or we can change or put our own recordings into it. So any of the particular parts that get generated, they're totally editable. And on the right-hand side, you can see there's additional tools that are there. Help me to create image, some templates, text, shapes, sizes, stock media, and also some scripts are here. So let's have a little listen to what we got generated. And again, this one from that 2-page document, this came up with a 2-minute or minute and 50-second video that was created for us. See what happens.
We organized the master pre-prompt into clear sections, such as elevator pitch, audience, linguistic features, and more.
So there's an
These
example where we
categories help
could have
us break
changed
down
it.
the nuances of your voice and style into actionable insights that can be used to create your personalized prompt. The final prompt is a ready-to-use text document that you can input into any AI tool before starting a conversation. The final prompt includes detailed sections such as voice and tone, content structure, teaching style, and audience engagement.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. The part that I was really impressed with here, and I think is going to change over the next 4 to 6 months, and it did a really good job to start, was it has pictures and it's picked up or added text that is in context to the document that I brought up. So things, for example, like voice and tone, it used the word insights that covered a whole bunch of other ones. If we go back to some of the other sections here, for example, categories, insights, we could have changed that text, but it wasn't perfect. But they do have some basic graphics and visuals that make sense for creating videos. Now, where does this actually make sense for you? I personally am not going to be using this as a main staple for me because I'm comfortable in front of the camera. If you are just starting out and you're not really sure how all of these videos come together, you're afraid to be in front of the camera, you might be in a situation where you don't know what to say you're in front of the camera, this is a really great tool to take the research that you've already done, the story that you've already created, and be able to upload it right within Google and actually get some kind of video created that maybe either is something that you can use or join together. But the bottom line is you now have something to follow or learn from. And you can customize these if you want to, as you learn not only to use them, but more importantly, getting comfortable in front of the camera and sharing your story. So if you don't have this yet, don't know if that's going to come up for you. I just logged in tonight and it came up for me, so I guess it's something that they're rolling out. So my name is James, trainingsites.io. Join the community. We help people start, build, and grow their own education business. We're here every day, and every Wednesday is a live open classroom where you can ask questions of me, and I'm just here to help you tell your story and create educational content. Hope you enjoyed this. Lots more. We do one every day. Take care. Expect the best. We'll be right back.